Alright folks, welcome back. We are in game number 1 of the second semifinals here for this week's OlimoLeague. Again, reminder, the winner of this will move on to fight against True in the grand finals, but spawning here on the leftmost side of Catalina, it's going to be MVP's blue Terran player MarineKing.
Never writes as the red Terran, it's Gumiho.
Alright, so we kind of made some pre-game predictions just for some funsies. I think this is definitely one of those, for me at least, it's like head definitely votes with Gumiho, heart votes with MarineKing. But Gumiho's a fun guy to watch, and at the same time, while I would like to see MarineKing versus True in the finals, I would love to see Gumiho play Mech versus True in the finals, should that be his choice, but not limited to Mech, just preference to play it.
Both these guys could definitely play mech versus each other and versus Zerg. I guess Gumiho is going to be the more popular one, right? But
oh god. If they do Mech versus Mech here, and then Mech versus True, I'm just going to have like the best day ever. And that's not even sarcasm. Some people might interpret that as sarcasm. I freaking love Mech, guys.
Dirty, dirty mech player. I don't know if that's really going to happen. The thing is I said it, but really why I said Gumiho I think is going to win is because MarineKing sometimes plays a very weird TVT style.
Right? He does like this early +1s, really greedy command centers, fast thirds. There's a lot of things he does that can be exploited. Yeah,
well, the Rax build that he does with the fast upgrades is always it just looks like it shouldn't work. And it worked, I think, only once that I saw it. Yes, pretty sure. 1 out of like 4 times I've seen that build. Where he really just does not go up 1-1-1. He just gets racks in an engineering bay.
I feel that's kind of MarineKing in a nutshell, right? Like 1 out of 4 times, this guy looks like better than anyone else in the world. And then the other 3 out of 4 times, you're like, man, why didn't you build a bunker? Seriously?
Yeah, I guess that does sum him up pretty well. Well, MarineKing goes for a second gas. Give me to 6 on the 1 for now.
Yes,
so I guess it's going to be maybe Banshees versus drop, or even just drop versus drop.
It's probably going to be Banshees versus 1-1-1. It's pretty. It's like the most standard opening versus the second most standard opening for TVT.
Okay, well, things shouldn't end at like a 10-minute mark, but TVT it just sometimes does with these openers that can be very aggressive. No one opened up the Reaper, so no one's really going to have eyes on what's going on. In fact, no one even scouted each other with SCV, really? No,
yeah, Gumiho's only just checking now, so he'll find the wrong base. MarineKing stayed with a Hellion as well. I mean, keep in mind, I believe Gumiho, despite being on Invasion East, where it's, they don't really have like a team house or anything. I think he lives with the MVP guys. Or he was for a time, because remember, he didn't want to play against Lucira and some others because of, what was that, 32 Boys 1 Cup? I'm trying to remember what it was. But anyways, yeah, so it's a situation where I'm sure they probably have very similar tactics. Discussions have been had, etc.
Yeah. Well, MarineKing does scout what's going on, and this might just keep his Banshee at home. It's really up to him. It's how he defends it.
It's taken a long time to kill that one Hellion. Jeez. Yeah, the Banshee sitting at home might be the best choice. He knows that this attack's coming, and he doesn't have the power to kill it. Unless that Banshee had already been across the map and inside Gumiho's base, forcing Gumiho to stay at home, there's no way that Banshee was going to out-damage what Gumiho was bringing. And MarineKing going for a tank defensively is not a bad choice either to follow this up.
If he had a supply depot wall off, he might have risked sending the Banshee over, but it is a very, very big risk. And in fact, I don't know about the second Banshee. He knows he doesn't have to worry about, you know, his like a Banshee attacking him. So it's not like you necessarily need your own Viking or Raven, but you got to figure that Gumiho is following up with a Viking and missile turrets. Like he scouted you too.
Well, I don't think the second Banshee is necessarily because he's thinking about killing SCVs with it. This might just be for breaking tanks.
Oh, true. Yeah, absolutely true. He could just be going for a push after this, after he deals with this meta backdrop.
Tries to deal with it at least. Tank out of position for the start of this. Nice pickup on the Viking. Hellion's come in here, of course, to rush the light units, and the tank gets focused down pretty quick. That Banshee, though. She's working out pretty well. Yeah, just kidding. Psych! Almost.
I don't know.
Almost gets the tank. It's a little bit sad he didn't actually execute this, because the tank might just be what holds this via barely, but he's killed so... Exactly! He's killed so many workers at this point. 10 are down. They had to play with an expansion. I mean, this is going to be hard for MarineKing to play off of.
Yeah, okay.
What's the medevac doing?
Well,
go away.
It's chilling like a villain. So not only does this kill a lot of SCVs and put MarineKing in a bad spot, it also really cuts his own attack, you know? Like, if he lost SCVs but still had his army, he counterattacks and he does some damage. He keeps Gumiho off of a natural base at least.
Yeah.
Not so with only 2 tanks. 2 tanks, they need buffer. They can't just go off on their own. I mean, MarineKing really is in quite a bad spot. One thing that he could do, though, is just go greedy. You know, MarineKing it up, right? So not only a natural expansion, but a very quick 3rd one.
I feel like if he spoke English really well, he'd be very upset at how much we verb his name.
So would Alive.
Yeah, well, Alive would just be like, it's just missile turrets with Alive. With MarineKing, I feel it's just a general blanket, like, oh, you did something stupid? Ugh. Not that you would ever really talk about something like MarineKing like that in a very serious manner. But these tanks, there's no high ground vision to really support this. There's no air support. Oh, these Hellions gonna kill what little SCVs there are left. I mean, Gumiho, really, if he was really scared behind this and the Cloak's on the way, all he needs is 1 Banshee to squash this.
Yeah. You know what, though? Without that Banshee out quite yet, this is still pretty scary. Now, luckily, his command
drop micro, are you serious? Gumiho lifts and lands his Hellions so many times over, he actually gets the tank kill with this. But here's the attack, and you know what? This is pretty scary. That tank's sieged up. SCVs are getting pulled. Banshee's not out yet in time for this.
I don't know about that. Couldn't he just wait for the Banshee?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but at the same time, maybe the rationale is I've killed so much on my opponent's side of the map, I can afford to throw the SCV.
This got weirder than it needed to be, but MarineKing still, like, he counterattacked it all. Like, that was a good move, even without as many units as he should have had.
Borderline a throw.
Oh my god.
Both players deserve to just lift off and force a draw.
I don't know.
Banshee comes out. She didn't get Cloak. It was canceled, so he has to actually micro this around. But there's really not that many Marines. I think Gumiho's gonna do it.
Okay,
he holds.
Gumiho wins, but just seems so much.
Actually, maybe. Oh, actually, with the turret, yeah. As you say, he's got no anti-air, but there's the turret, so kind of guarantees this doesn't auto end.
Oh, you better repair that Banshee. No. 2
HP hype.
Oh my god.
But the medevac comes home, so he is looking pretty good. Hellions will take care of the few Marines that are out. There's but one more tank pushing with this, and with his Banshee still standing, Gumiho has won this game. 0 SCVs for MarineKing, but determined to still make units, drops 2 mules.
He's gonna kill the Banshee. And
do you really think he'll kill the Banshee? There's Hellions on the ground. Unless Gumiho. Well, yeah, I didn't think about the Viking actually. Ugh. But the Hellions still hold against the ground force, right? There's that tank, which is really scary. I'll give him that much, but
this is still really like that Banshee was like also was absolutely gonna win.
Hellbats, no, Hellbats have got this.
Okay.
Actually, would have been really nice. A Widow Mine on that ramp would have been so sick.
You know what? Can a tank micro against not up a ramp though?
Yeah. That's the problem, you'd have to push up high ground. But the Marines might give him vision to... Woohoo! There you go, the Helvet's forced to fight on the low ground, but now he's sieged up and he can't run away. Dead space! This is so dumb. This is so much more down to the wire than it needs to be. I mean, MarineKing got 2 SCVs behind this? Like, what?
I think he just assumed that Gumiho was going to go into tanks after he did so much damage and like hold that no problem, where the Banshee was in fact going to get out. But credit is due to MarineKing for being that aggressive, for literally just walking up a ramp, not being all like pansy about it, because, you know, 2 seconds of hesitation would have been that Banshee, and it would have meant the hold that we were expected.
Yeah.
Like, MarineKing deserves some credit here, but he's eventually going to lose.
If he didn't lose all of his SCVs, this sounds so stupid, but even if he had just 1 SCV mining, instead of 0 for the majority of the time that he was sitting on none, he would actually be in a not bad recovery position, but I do think it has started to snowball at this point. Even the Vikings landing are going to be hard to deal with. Marines are going to... I guess they'll catch anything that walks up the ramp like the Hellions initially, but... well, I got to give a big thank you to OPB123, by the way. Donates $20 with a simple but very nice message. Just this nice casting. Thank you.
Okay, so yet again, it's going to come down to the Banshee to really, you know, make or break this game, and Gumiho is the one getting it. MarineKing couldn't even afford a Viking, much less 3 to beat out the air of Gumiho.
It's funny that Cloak never finished too. I keep forgetting about that getting picked up on the tech lab really quick, but Man, it's a little bit scary for Gumiho, right? Like, he lands the Vikings here, and this is nice to pick these off, but you gotta wonder in his mind, like, have I given him much time to recover? Like, how did he recover? But while this goes on, the Hellions slip up to the main, and there we go, on top of the SCVs.
There's so few SCVs, the Hellions, like...
There's nothing for them to
kinda
kill.
lame, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, he killed the Vikings, though. So now if he got his own Viking, the Banshee of Gumiho would be that big of a problem, but he's getting his own Banshee instead. And now we're back to Banshee versus Banshee, but Gumiho...
He's on
still has that
17
missile turret.
workers.
Like, a Banshee won't win this game for MarineKing.
I wish it would, though, to be honest. Like, what a comeback that would be, right? He's actually going to move over and maybe get Woodamines or his own Hellions. Actually, it'd have to be neither. He's got no money. I keep forgetting MarineKing's SCV count is at like 5. I just keep giving the benefit of the doubt that he has income. But with the Hellion count at home, Gumiho's going to be able to deal with the Marine push. No problem. This is far too many Hellions to deal with. Yes, the Banshee might be a little bit annoying, but it's not going to be too difficult for him to just get a Viking out after his own Banshee. In fact, there we go. Banshee is going to clean, but little SCVs are left.
Okay, this is... Okay, do your attack, I suppose.
Yeah, go through the motions. Go on, then. Oh, no! Banshee! No!
No!
Okay, close. Here comes the Hellions. This will clean it up. GG is called. Gumiho will take the first game in this best of 3. And, want to give a thank you to